Round here, them guns get the last word.
Here we are, another video breaking down and analyzing a bunch of Tekken 8 related polls. Characters, ideas, this, that, complaints, frustration, all of it. From you guys, hosted by me, you know how this works. I'm just gonna jump right in. Like and subscribe. Going back 1 month ago, which scrap character design would you want in Tekken 8? This was just a poll idea that I thought would be interesting because, DLC is going to play a big role, and the community asking for this, asking for that, anything is possible. So I just took 5 of the most popular ideas that's on the original poll. If you guys remember back before Tekken 7, Tekken Revolution, Harada did a poll, yada yada yada, a lot of stuff. Here's the 5 most popular characters. I picked the giant praying mantis because it's just the most unique. Like, I would want to see what is capable, what's possible out of that, how what the hitbox works, because the praying mantis has like 8 legs or something like that, right? So what happens if you like grab it from the back and like, I don't know. I just wonder how it would work technically is why it's so, but also it's the giant praying mantis. Zoe is also really interesting too. Seeing how Aquafina turned out, I would love to play her. And then Taekwondo is not a character that I would play, but I can see why people would want to play that character. For those of you who don't know, that's a character who was planned for Tekken Mobile, but that game was scrapped, so the character was never realized. I butchered this poll. I was supposed to say, do you think Tekken 8 will have a battle pass? Since I left out the word will, some people were reading this as should, could, whatever, right? But will. Yes, 56%. No, 44%. Even though I botched the poll, the fact that the numbers is so close anyways is just alarming, because I don't think Mortal Kombat has a battle pass, but they do have skins and stuff. I think that Tekken 8 definitely will have skins. It's just shaping up to be that. All I can hope for is that their skins isn't overpriced like Mortal Kombat. And if they do have a battle pass, it's not overpriced like Mortal Kombat. I hope it's something more akin to Smite, where if you play consistently every day, 1 or 2 hours, you would just unlock enough coins or currency to buy the skin without actually spending cash. You spend time instead of cash. Smite does it a good way. Did you enjoy Fang Way's Tekken 8 reveal trailer? Yes, 82%, no, 18%. For me personally, there's certain characters that I like and don't like, but the characters that I don't like, they made them so much cooler to me personally, and I think Fang Way is one of those characters. Now, I never disliked Fang Way, he just was never on my radar. Tekken has a massive roster of characters, 60 characters in this game, 51 characters in this game, 40 characters. It's a lot of characters, right? So sometimes some of them just aren't even on my radar, and Fang was that before me started playing him. He was thrusted to the forefront of the community, and of course everyone hated him because once a character is powerful, they are hated. But I think Fang Way is really cool in Tekken 8. They did a good job. Moving on, ranked in Tekken 8 should be limited to best of 3, infinite with no wins, don't care. I dedicated a full video to this, so I won't go too into detail, but I do think after playing Tekken 8, once again, putting like 80 something hours into it, I like the way that it is. I think there should be infinites, maybe in player match or maybe in the Tekken Lounge, but in ranked mode, I like that it's limited to a best of 3. It just feels right, if you ask me. It just feels right. This was a really cool poll 4 weeks ago. Tekken fans, how old are you? Now, I kind of knew the answer going into this because I could see the analytics on the channel and how old everyone is, the demographics and this and that, and I could see all of it, right? So I kind of knew what the statistics would look like, but what really made me happy about this one is just how wholesome everyone was in the comment sections. No matter what age or whatever you are, we all kind of have the same experience and we kind of have the same passion for Tekken. This was a really wholesome poll, and I just appreciate everyone who voted and participated in this one. Let's move on. Do you want Mochin to be a playable character in Tekken 8? And I think I said yes because Mochin, whenever I come up against a person who plays Mochin and they could just use all the characters, it's just a certain level of respect that I have for that player, dedicating all that time into mastering and becoming a Mochin themselves. But Now I probably would change my answer and say no, because I know how bad Mochin is statistically. The character is very busted and broken. He's able to do things that the character themselves cannot do, and sometimes he can't do things that the characters themselves can do. There's a very famous video of Eris doing Mochin Dragunov combos that Dragunov can't even do. And I'm pretty sure if you apply that to, like, let's say Raven or someone else, right, it would be pretty crazy what Mochin can and cannot do, and I think it would be a balancing nightmare. But once again, I say yes because Mochin, he's Mochin, right? Super iconic. Next poll, Tekken fans, what platform do you play on? This was painful. You know, I started off on Xbox. I transitioned over to PlayStation because I stream on PlayStation, but I still am an Xbox fan at heart. And seeing only 8% of the players playing this game, it's painful, bro. Ouch, you know? But PS5, dominating, 55%, PC, 37%. The numbers are strong. I wonder if the developers see this as an issue. I wonder if the developers think we have to find a way to reach more of the Xbox audience. Worst Tekken ever made. This is another poll that I botched. You could only do 5 options, no more. So I had to leave off Tekken 1 and Tekken 2. But then I should have also left off Tekken 3 and Tekken 5 and in its place did Tag 1 and Tag 2 because I think it would have been more interesting that way. But the fact that Tekken 6 wins this poll, Tekken 4 second place, is interesting. People consider Tekken 6 the worst ever made, and I would probably attribute that to maybe the story, Lars' introduction, Alyssa, Bob. There was a lot of characters who were considered quote-unquote hated that was introduced at that time. And you could probably say the same thing for Tekken 7. Do you think the Tekken 8 leak is Tekken Force or Scenario Campaign? I voted Scenario Campaign. I have a video dedicated to this. I don't know if that video will be out by now, but we have a confirmed answer from Michael Murray which of the two it is. I'll go back to what I said initially. Tekken 8 is doing so much stuff all at once. Tekken Force is just a pipe dream. It's just too much, too ambitious for them to do as well. Some sort of incorporation into the story seemed way more likely. Should PC players lose access to future playtests because of the Tekken 8 leaks and crack? I always get pushback from the PC players when I ask a question like this or when I talk about something like this. But the reason why I do it is because I just talk about what's currently going on. If people are currently upset with the PC players, then I'm gonna, give my take on it as well. There's no personal beef between you guys, but it's a question that needs to be asked. The PC players, not all of them, but some of them, derailed a large portion of the Tekken 8's marketing campaign. I would say that no real damage is done. People who are upset about the roster leaks, you would have been upset either now or in 2-3 months. Sooner or later, you would have realized that Eddie was not there and you would have been upset. So I really don't think it's the leaks' fault. I more so think it's the roster's fault. It all circled back to the roster, in my opinion. Second to the last poll, which newly added character did you enjoy playing / watching the most in the Tekken 8 beta? The answer obviously is Aquafina, Azuzina. It's really interesting seeing how people hated on this character when she was first revealed at EVO. Oh my god, another Leroy Smith, auto pairing, brain dead, lol. Everyone hated this character. Lucky Chloe, lol, all that. Fast forward, and this is one of the most popular characters in the game. That is why I always say hold judgment. We know now that the trailers do not accurately represent the game, and also the developers do not accurately explain the game to us. There's been many times where we were shown something or we were told something and we all got upset about it, but then when we got our hands on the game, it wasn't that big of a deal. This is the biggest example of that. Went from being hated to beloved. Also, Raven and Fang are still pretty cool, but you can't compete with Mommy Aquarium. Final poll. I'm seeing a lot of complaints, so was the netcode / internet in Tekken 8 bad for you? This was once again something that I seen being talked about all over Twitter and the Tekken subreddit, and even some people popping into the stream asking me if I felt it, but I didn't. I didn't feel it at all. Not even an inch. Okay, I'm lying. Maybe I felt like a couple of inches, but still, in my opinion, the netcode, it felt good.